Saving Zoë. Her story will be told by Alyson Noël. Chapter 1. There are 5 stages of grief. 1. Denial. 2. Anger. 3. Bargaining. 4. Depression. 5. Acceptance. Up until last year, I didn't know there were lists like that. I had no idea people actually kept track of these things. But still, even if I had known, I never would have guessed that just a few days before my 14th birthday, I'd be stuck in stage 1. But then you never think that kind of bad news will knock on your door. Because those kind of stories, the kind that involve a stoned-faced newscaster interrupting your favorite TV show to report a critical piece of late-breaking news are always about someone else's unfortunate family. They are never supposed to be about yours. But what made it even worse is that I was the first to know. Well, after the cops, and of course Zoe. Not to mention the freak who was responsible for the whole mess in the first place. And even though they didn't exactly say anything other than, "May we please speak with your parents?" it was the regret on the 2 detectives' faces and the defeat in their wary eyes that pretty much gave it all away. It was after school and I was home alone trying to keep my standard cookie eating, TV watching, homework avoiding routine. Even though I really couldn't concentrate on any of it, normally at 4:10 p.m., both my parents would still be at work. My sister, Zoe, would be out with her boyfriend, and I'd be sitting cross-legged on the floor, wedged between the couch and the coffee table, dunking Oreos in a tall glass of cold milk until my teeth were all black. The milk was all stopped up, and my stomach was all swollen and queasy. So I guess in a way I was just trying to emulate all of that through the motions and pretended everything was normal, that my parents weren't really out searching for Zoe, and that I wasn't already in denial long before I had a good reason to be. But now, almost a year later, I can honestly say that I'm able to check off stage 1 through 3, and I'm settling into stage 5. Though sometimes in early morning hours when the house is quiet and my parents are asleep, I find myself regurgitating towards 4, especially now that September here, putting us just days away from the 1-year anniversary of the last time Zoe shimmied up the big oak tree, climbed onto the balcony, and came in through my unlocked French doors. I remember rolling over and squinting against the morning light, watching as she pressed her index finger to her smiling lips with her short red nail, like the bottom of an upside down exclamation point, as she performed her exaggerated cartoonish stealth tiptoe through my room, out my door, and down the hall. Sometimes now, when I think back on that day, I add a whole new scene. One where instead of turning over and falling back asleep, I say something important, something meaningful, something that would have let her know beyond all doubt just how much I love her and admire her. But the truth is, I didn't say anything. How was I supposed to know that was the last time I'd ever see her?